up, YouTube? This is you guys 00 signing in once again, and today I have for you guys some Black Ops 3 gameplay on the map Redwood, and it's a nuclear. Throughout this video, I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks of how to get easy nuclears in Black Ops 3. If you haven't figured it out already, Black Ops 3 is a very easy game to play. The mechanics are pretty easy to master, except the exosuits. But if you've played Advanced Warfare, these exosuits are child's play. Alright, let's get right into the tips and tricks part of this video. Alright, tip number 1 for getting nukes in Black Ops 3. Use a gun you are the most comfortable with. This most likely is going to be your favorite gun in the game, because it is your favorite gun because you do well with it. That's what I'm guessing. Or you just like the feel of it and it's really fun. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people encouraging other people to use Vespers and VMPs to drop nuclears. Well, no offense, but that's not going to do anything if you're not comfortable using the VMP or Vesper. In my personal opinion, I like the Kuda better than the VMP and Vesper. So if I use the Kuda 100 times and I use the VMP 100 times, I'm going to do better with the Kuda because I am more comfortable using that gun. So step number 1, use a gun you are comfortable with. Tip number 2 for dropping nuclears in Black Ops 3 is play a game mode you are good at or a game mode that you enjoy. Now, normally these will actually go hand in hand because if you are good at a game mode, you probably enjoy playing that game mode because you do well in it. In my personal opinion, I like playing Domination. Domination, I slay at Domination, so I enjoy playing it. Another game mode I like playing is Uplink. I've seen people drop nuclears in Domination and Uplink, and I personally have dropped nuclears in Domination and Uplink, so that's why I like playing it. Also, playing your favorite game mode actually calms nerves. You know when you're on like a 20 kill streak and you think you're gonna drop a nuclear and your hands are shaking, your heart's beating a million miles an hour? I'm pretty sure we all know this feeling. Playing your favorite game mode can actually psychologically calm you down a little bit. This isn't a known cure for shaky hands while playing Call of Duty on a nuclear kill streak. But it does help knowing subconsciously that you are playing a game mode that you are king at, that you know the spawns of, that you do well in, and that you are going to drop this nuke in the end. Tip number 3 for dropping nuclears in Black Ops 3. Have somewhat of a strategy in your head when you play the game. Now, you can go into the game already having a strategy, but the strategy that I'm running right now is actually, I'm running the outer edges of the map, and then once I kill 1 or 2 flankers, I'll run to their spawn, kill the same 2 flankers again, then I'll wait and look into mid-map for the enemy, knowing that I'm in their spawn, to come and try to kill me. That should give me about 6 kills. I do that 5 times. It's a free nuclear. Just like I did now. That guy who was going to mid-map, I flanked him, I killed him. I'm looking in mid-map now. I go to mid-map to see if there's anyone there. I'm gonna find action soon. Action gets me kills, kills gets me nuclears. Very, very simple. Another strat would be, if you're against people that really, really suck, just rush their spawn. Honestly, just rush their spawn. They'll be wondering why this kid's one shot and he's rushing the spawn and he just killed your entire team. Like, that happens a lot. Like, you guys don't understand. If you are against people that are not good at the game, just rush them. And then once you get on at least a 15 kill streak, then kind of start playing, not campy, start holding down an area, running back and forth, trying to spawn trap them, pick people off with a suppressed gun, something of that nature. Tip number 4 is where we start getting into the nitty-gritty stuff, as in what attachments you should run and what perks you should use. Basically, class setup. Now, even though I don't know what gun you're using, I can still give you helpful tips to use on certain guns. Also, if you look at the description of this video, I will actually have guns and perks and all the attachments that I use when I am dropping nuclears or tryharding. Alright, now before we really get into tip number 4, let's just take a step back and review what we've learned so far. So tip number 1, use your favorite gun. Tip number 2, play a game mode that you are good at. And tip number 3, have a good strategy going into the game and just basically just play smart. Play smart. That is your best strategy. Works every time. Just play smart. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of tip number 4. Tip number 4 basically revolves around perk setup and the best perks for dropping nuclears in Black Ops 3. I'm not saying you cannot drop nuclears without these perks. I'm just saying these perks are meant to keep you alive longer and to get you the nuke the fastest way possible. Okay, perk number 1. I'm going to name 3 perks off perk number 1. If you guys might want to write this down. Alright, Ghost, Flak Jacket, 6th Sense. Now, depending on which one of these you pick, should depend on the game mode you are playing. I cannot stress that enough. but I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to be repetitive. Okay, so if you're running Ghost, your game modes are going to be Domination, Team Deathmatch, and Kill Confirmed, or any hardcore mode. People are throwing up constant UAVs in those game modes, so you want to be able to flank their team and be basically invisible on their radar. Now, if you are playing a very hard objective game mode, if people are playing that objective extremely hard, such as Hardpoint or Demolition, you would definitely want to run Flak Jacket. I can't tell you how many times I have died off a nuclear kill streak due to an explosion when I was on an objective. Now, Sixth Sense, this is where it gets tricky. If you have a good headset, you do not need Sixth Sense whatsoever. All Sixth Sense does is give you a general direction on your minimap of where the enemy is. If you have a headset, you already have that built in your headset of you can hear their footsteps, where they're shooting from, and where they are. So that perk is absolutely useless to you if you have a good headset. Even if you don't have a good headset, I just favorite the other two perks much more than I do Sixth Sense. I'm not saying Sixth Sense is a bad perk and you can use it. I just don't use it. Good Sixth Sense perk would be that if you're on a high nuclear kill streak, that you do know where people are coming from. But again, if you have a good headset, it totally negates the effect. Now for perk number 2, I would encourage you to do Hardwired. Hardwired has saved my life multiple times. It's not like Hardwired in past Call of Duties. I encourage you to go on Call of Duty right now and just look and read the description of that perk. It's very, very useful. Also, Fast Hands is a very useful perk. You can decide personally, because I actually switch back between them. Sometimes I equip them both at the same time while using Ghost as my primary perk, because again, I said in the beginning of this video that I'm a domination player, so I want to be running Ghost, Fast Hands, and Hardwired. Alright, that's all for perk number 2. Let's move on to perk number 3. Perk 3 really comes down to personal preference, because we have Engineer, Gung-Ho, and Tack Mask. Tack Mask goes hand in hand with objective, high rush objective game modes, just like Flak Jacket. So if you're running Flak Jacket, you're most likely going to be running Tack Mask as well, so you don't get concussion while you're on the objective. Also, I don't play a really high objective rush game mode. Some people will disagree that Domination is a objective rushing game mode, but I don't think it is, because a lot of people flank in Dom, and I prefer Ghost over Flak Jacket for Domination. But I still do run Tack Mask. Also, it has come to my attention that Sixth Sense is a perk 3 and not a perk 1, so I apologize about that. But I stand by everything I said about it, that if you have an excellent headset, it negates the effect, and you really don't need to run it if you have a very good headset. Now, Engineer is very, very helpful for watching out for trip mines. Trip mines have killed me multiple times off nuclear kill streaks. If you watch my live stream that I just posted to YouTube, it's actually the video that I recorded right before this. I got killed by a trip mine on a 25 gun streak. So that kind of sucked, and if I had an Engineer, I would have saw it and it wouldn't have happened. Anyway, so yeah, it basically just comes down to personal preference for perk 3. Gung-Ho, I do not like Gung-Ho. I think it's useless. Advanced Warfare, Gung-Ho was OP as frickin'. I loved it. Gung-Ho in this game, I really don't see the big buzz about it. So basically, it's your personal preference for perk 3. Honestly, we don't need a tip 5, so I'm just going to go off on a tangent and say that you do not need a lethal or a tactical when you're dropping nukes. Save that slot and get an extra perk 1 or an extra perk 2. And again, perk 3 all comes down to personal preference. Sometimes I don't even use perk 3. I double up on perk 1 and I double up on perk 2. I just don't really like perk 3. Perk 1 and 2 rank the exact same for me, so that's what I like. Now for attachments. Attachments are all about playstyle, and since I can't physically see how every single one of you play that is watching this video, I don't know what attachments to really suggest to you. You know exactly how you play, you know what playstyle you do, if you rush, if you camp, whatever you do. Just basically base your attachments around your playstyle. Also, if your gun that you really like or enjoy playing with, like I said in tip 1, use a reticle. I would encourage Reflex or Elo. Those are definitely the best reticles out there. With any design on it, whatever you think is cool, you go ahead and you use that. The nuke's coming up here soon, and we're just going to do a quick overview of everything we learned in this video so you guys don't have to watch this video a million times. Alright, first we talked about use your favorite gun. Tip number 2, game mode. Play a game mode that you are Slayer at. What I mean by that, I mean you are the king of this game mode, you enjoy playing it, and you are very good at it. Tip number 3, very important so you don't get stuck in a corner. Have a strategy. Think about what you are going to do while you're already doing something. Always be thinking ahead. Tip number 4 was perks, and we didn't need a tip number 5 because we only needed 4. There's the nuclear right there, just got it. I choke the Unstoppable right there. He came up behind me. Kind of pissed about that, but there you go, guys. Also, I'm going to be making a video about how to not get nervous when you're on a high streak, how to make your heart not pump a million miles an hour, and how your hands not to shake. Also, look forward to that Dark Matter montage, a sniper montage, and a specialist montage, which are all going to be very future videos, but I'm already thinking ahead for you guys. Alright, don't forget to sub and share this video. This is Eagle Eye 00 signing out. Peace.